Hello, everyone. Is this working? Perfect. Happy birthday to Jay. Sorry I couldn't be there. For all of those in the room who do not know who I am Alex Gaither, Jay's first and only friend. Those of you who are friends with him, just keep that in mind. I was the first. So currently I'm in Boston, and I could not make it to the party, so I'm sorry about that. But getting to Springfield is similar to rolling around in a bag full of broken glass. So I could not make it over this weekend. So the best I can do is a most likely abysmal attempt at what we would call a YouTube video. And also, just to preface or put in context the next situation that's coming up, I'm terrible at poetry, but I did write Jay a poem about 15 minutes ago to make sure it was delivered on his birthday. So my family-friendly poem that I wrote is here. So I'm going to have to read it because I have to have my glasses on. I have to keep it close because as a 40-year-old myself, things start to fail. So my hair, my eyes, my digestive system. So if you hear other noises, please ignore those as well. A 40-year-old poem for Jay. Although distance and family may keep us apart, our memories will be forever lasting. We met at ET over 27 years ago, back when tube TVs and wearing jams was still happening. A friendship of pizza and Seinfeld led us to starting a band. I got a bass, you got drums. We started playing hymns and gave the church choir a hand. We both had a passion for detail and a mind for science and math. A passion that led us both onto our current paths. I'll never forget going to Bella Vista, Arkansas, after your father passed away, of a disease that I now have dedicated my career to, treating, a mission that I will not stray. Only when you reflect back on how your life turned out, do you realize how your past has shaped you, how good friends and experiences influence your thinking and create bonds that will forever accrue. Let's not forget the stand-up comedy we used to do for the youth group, acting out Saturday Night Live skits of Chris Farley, Jack Handy, and the occasional Nazi soup. And the best times of our lives were clearly the youth group trips, where we subjected ourselves to long van rides, hard labor, no money, and no tips. If we kissed a girl, we were naughty, and we wouldn't dare say a swear word. But we were allowed to try to kill Daniel Popovich with a pillow because he was acting like a turd. Then there was love, which was bound to come up between us. I think you liked my sister once, and I didn't even put up a fuss. Chuck Lynch, Terry Carter, and Herschel Rosser, to mention a few of our leaders, from torn-up Pearl Jam tablature books to lectures to downright good beatings. When we first started listening to devil music, we conquered Harvester of Sorrow by Metallica in my parents' basement for fun. I cranked up the Standell amplifier, you set up your drums, and we practiced for hours until the mixtape was finally done. That led to the inclusion of others into our crew of only two, Jay, Jason, and Adam, and Daniel, to mention a few, not Jay. The ET band was born, and then all hell broke loose. We trashed shopping carts for fun, ate Taco Bell burritos by the dozen, and subjected each other to all kinds of abuse. On each other as a necessary check on our egos, and then we had the occasional explosion when everything went to heck. Should I mention spotting victims with a Maximilian flashlight and firecrackers in front yards? Toilet paper plenty thrown into windshields nice and hard. Darren, John, Sarah, Jessica, Kara, Kent, Mike, and Don Snook. Just a few of our fellow youth group members that turned out okay, but one's now actually a crook. I confirmed on my 39th birthday that the Canada Dry bottle was still behind my Rosebriar house, sitting next to the tree outside the back door where I used to sneak out when I was a souse. Our attempts to win Battle of the Bands were epic moments of fun. They will be burned into our memories as much as the summer sun. Speaking of, like when we went to the Popovich's lake house for a bachelor party and what actually happened. That will go with me to my grave, so you don't have to be saddened. Now that you're all grown up with a great wife and kids, with that dream job you always wanted, you're only halfway through life. Just think at 80 you'll be farting deaf and be constantly taunted. Like you did so many years as a famous band member, but your flame is much less brighter now, and it's actually closer to an ember. Don't forget you used to prefer to reorganize your room than go out with me and Don Snook. I'm sure you perfected your skills as a great cook. To relive all these experiences will probably require some counseling, so don't even put up a fight. I think we both know as old 40-year-olds we would have trouble actually trying to fly a kite. Although space and time may separate us, we will always be friends. These great experiences and times together will go with us to the end. So now that we have 40 years complete, let's try to grow up before the next time we meet. So the next time that I'll see you, I'll say, don't you remember when we used to smell each other's feet? Okay, well, I hope that wasn't too hard to sit through, but I at least wanted to send a note of happy birthday. So have a honey jack and a bonfire for me, and happy birthday, and hello to everyone in Springfield, Nixa, Ozark, wherever you are. Bye-bye.